All right, I'm here with Nick and Travis, Lonely Horse, fellas. How's your night going tonight?
Decent, pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. All right, so we're getting into it. We're at the point of no return. People have been talking about this in San Antonio. The circles are talking. Lonely Horse is finally parting ways. How do y'all feel? First, I'll ask you first, Nick. How does that strike you?
It's just another step in life, you know. It's it's just it's sad to see. It's not sad. I mean, I guess there's mixed feelings, really. You know, sadness, relief, happiness. It's like a bunch of mixed emotions, you know. It's just
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say anything bad, you know.
Yeah.
You know, life, we grow, we change, we do things, and yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I agree. You know, kind of like bittersweet. You know, been doing this for a while. You know, we've been through some stuff, and but yeah, I mean, just a change.
Yeah, it's a change, right? I mean, I know y'all dealt with this shit with the labels, right? You dealt with that. You guys came out of San Antonio. Y'all were at the labels table. You guys were at the paperwork. You figured it out, and now it's more than, in my opinion, as a journalist and a writer of music. It's, for me, I feel it too, because I've been following your journey, both of y'all's journey. Y'all were on our News 4 San Antonio, the garage, back in the day when we had our garage. Y'all were in there. Your dreads were shorter. Your hair was longer, and it was so inspiring to see this combination of you both, just a two-piece band, kicking ass and like really doing your own thing, putting your own music together, composing this music that spanned all these years. And now it's kind of like, well, what does San Antonio have to look forward to next? So that's my next question. What in your eyes, where do you see San Antonio music scene going?
Oh wow, I don't really know. You know, it's interesting to see how it's changing. I hope that it goes in a positive direction. I hope that it stays true to itself. You know, it doesn't get caught up in, you know, the gentrification. I think that should be separate from what, you know, the music scene is. But I think a lot of things are changing in the city, and that's also affecting how bands are conducting their business, or just being a band. You know, things are changing. So I hope that it changes for the best. You know, growing pains and all that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was it? The music scene, like, how do I think it's gonna go?
Yeah.
Like,
Where do you see the roadmap of the music scene now compared to where it's been and where it's going now?
It's definitely getting different. I don't want to say like more commercial or anything, but it's definitely, I don't know, I feel like there's definitely a different vibe, but I feel like it can go either way, you know? It's just up to the people who are doing it to, like, I guess, to lead it that way, and hopefully they lead it in the best way that they can, and it benefits the musicians and our city.
Yeah, it's true. I feel like the musicians that are coming out now, the new generation. It's weird to say that because we're the same age group. It's just weird to say that because people, when you think of music nowadays, you think of this just very poppy kind of rap, poppy kind of rock. So I feel like the generation trying to stepping into what y'all were doing in San Antonio will be much vastly different. Mm-hmm. You guys are doing some really raw, just emotionally driven, you know, rock, very, very, just something that the city has never seen before, a two-piece. So I think it's going to be hard for another band in San Antonio to do what you guys did, and I feel like you guys paved the way for others to do something that would be impactful as what you guys did together as a team. You know, your team, your brothers, right? Like, that's how I see you guys. I see y'all connected, I see y'all as brothers, and musically, when y'all play on stage, the people that are in the audience, from what I've been to many of your shows, they enjoy it. They vibe, they dance, they laugh, they sing, and it's just a good vibe all the time. Do you think that there will be another, hopefully, I'm not saying to replace y'all, but do you think that, do you guys see a certain band or a certain group that you think, hey, that was us when we were hungry, that can take that next step to be in that, be in your shoes, that and now as you retire?
I don't really know. I think everybody just doing their own, riding their own vibe, you know, and there's a lot of great bands in the city, you know. I never thought we were the greatest or the best, or we were like so different, or I just kind of respected everybody else's thing. I know we had something special for sure, you know, I'm not gonna deny that, but there's some really good bands that I've been kind of like keeping my eye on that I really enjoy, and for sure I think there's gonna be great bands coming out of the city. Like, there's a lot of talent here, and you would hope so, right? You know.
I hope so.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. How do you feel about this, Travis?
Like what bands I feel like, or
Do you think that could be the next, you know, like maybe that you see the hunger that they have that you had when you were, that you want, when you wanted to go out and make an impact in the city, and, you know, just build the people, that you build the fan base and build that hype just to see you live?
I don't know, I'm not too sure. It's a tough one. And like Nick said, there's a lot of great, talented people here, you know, and a lot of people going on different, you know, wavelengths on their, like, filling out their own vibe, you know, not really coming as one, but kind of doing their own thing. So I mean, definitely there's like a lot of potential for bands and the people out there. You know, there's a lot of great bands doing some great things right now that, you know, they can definitely like have a chance to, you know, do it all the way, you know. Yeah.
I think you guys both understand that you've been pretty impactful into the city. You're doing a lot of cool things in the music scene. People talk about you guys quite frequently. I hear a lot of good talks from, Lonely Horses played this venue, or did you catch the show last night? Did you hear Nick doing this? You know, like, he's just a good guy on social media. Travis is, you know, we talked about going to the South to the Sounds of Animals fighting show, right? Like, it's just those things. I think you guys are very influential, but I think the key thing is that you're both very genuine in how you operate. You're very real. You allow people to come into your lives. It's very apparent, very open. I think that your fans respect that a lot. Yeah. Do you think that the fans maybe not now, maybe they need a little break, right, just to kind of regroup? Do you think the fans, you'll give them a little treat maybe a year or two, or maybe 5 years from now, maybe you think about regrouping and just kind of like, hey, let's resolve and let's do that album we wanted to do when we knew we could do it?
You know, you never know, really. Yeah, I mean, energy never dies, right? It just lives on forever, so. Yeah, I mean, it's totally possible. It's nothing, I I totally agree. Yeah, I'd say, you know, I'm not promising anything now, but, you know. yeah, I mean, it's too early to ask, I guess. But, hell yeah. I mean, the scene here is like great, you know. We got it at a really good time, you know, when it was real genuine, and there was more of a solid local scene, and a lot of good people left the city. A lot of good people took off. A lot of good people stayed, and you know, I think they're I think, you know, we owe it to them, I guess. I wouldn't say, you know, and there's, you know, there are things in motion, so, yeah, I mean, it's all going to be good.
Very cool.
All good neighborhood.
It's just possible.
You agree?
Sure, yeah. I concur.
It's great. I think, it's very possible. What, at least this is a question that I've been wanting to ask, because you guys are very, like I said, very influential in the scene. What are your thoughts of the shift of the people that are on the strip right now? It's very apparent. You see these kids. It's not the same kids that we were, you know, you're building your career as musicians. on the strip was very different 5 years ago. Now you go on the strip and it's like,
Yeah.
you see the people running down the streets, breaking things in the squeeze box.
Mm-hmm.
You know, going to Paper Tiger, going to Limelight. It's just people that it's not very consistent. Back, I'll make the case to say that maybe 2-3 years ago, the people are very consistent in their vibe. I think now it's a little different. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, I mean you can see it when you go out there.
Definitely a different vibe for sure. Because you used to be able to go out and see like pretty much the same people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's definitely more communal. I'd say not that it's not now, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean times are changing. I feel like a lot of venues are more DJ oriented now. You know, that's bringing a different crowd. You know, a lot more like dance venues and stuff. Not a whole lot of rock and roll really going on too much. Or I guess as much, you know, like 5 or 6 years ago per se. You know. Yeah.
Do you feel like that shift in the generational gap of the change of people shifted the way musicians want to approach their music, or maybe, hey, you know what, this we're not going to do this anymore, we're just going to call it quits? The music, the people are changing. They want different tastes in music, they want different sounds. Do you think that's pushing, you know, you're not only our generation but your friends and your peers in your group to like stop producing music that's genuine music versus, like you said, a DJ set or more dance venues popping up here and there?
I don't know. I mean, perhaps like it might make people change, but not, I guess, change for like naturally. You know, changing to accommodate. You know, which is good. You know, it's. I mean, you gotta do that sometimes. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, you agree?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. It seems definitely different. Yeah. There used to be a lot of pepper. Now there's a lot of salt
Yeah.
on the scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Salt. I mean, like a lot of white people showing up.
Mm-hmm.
That's different. I think white people, when they come, things change. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they buy up stuff, or like Paper Tiger. Like it's a lot different from what it used to be. I don't mean like per se like a white person, but like, you know, just like that whole the gentrification. Like people from out of the city. I guess California. A lot of these people are moving in. New York, they're moving in and they're kind of doing things like their way, and they're hiring booking agents, you know, that only put on bring in certain kind of music, and like Paper Tiger really did, I think it did a number on this scene, and it changed how like shows went, like, you know, where bands used to play, or, you know, Limelight's suffering a lot from that, and I just see venues that are kind of disappearing and just having to succumb to like whatever else is.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know just if High Tones has like rock shows anymore. You know, I'm not sure.
They do anymore,
like every
right?
so often.
Like every so
It used to be like it was like the venue to go to see Dirty Punk Show,
Yeah,
right?
man.
See like some raw shit. Like, you guys play there.
Yeah.
I've seen y'all there many times.
And now you got to go to Paper Tiger and pay like $9 for a beer,
Yeah.
and you gotta, you know, the cover charge is crazy, and you know, I just like some things I don't agree with, you know, and I feel like, but I guess that's what comes with, you know, with gentrification, you know, which I'm not completely against. And I think it's cool that it's pushing new envelopes and people to create different kind of music. I'm not saying that it strictly needs to be one certain type, but it's just really hard to have something that's like consistent, I guess, you know. And, but you know, I think things are happening. Like Lonesome Rose is a cool bar that opened up. That's gonna be a cool venue and bar, and I think that's gonna bring a lot of great musicians and offer different kinds of musicians to play. You know, and less intimidating to book shows at. You know, I know bands are like, how do I even get a show anymore? Like, is Paper Tiger, you know, can you hook me up with somebody that I'm like, I don't even know who.
Even nowadays, I don't even think the Mix runs shows. They used to do shows right in the center.
Yeah,
you know.
and the Mix was cool, man. Like that was a fucking awesome bar to watch shows. you know, I think, what do we have? Like, we have Andres now. It's cool, I guess, you know.
It's there.
It's there, it's trying, you know, Limelight, I guess. I don't know.
It's seen better days, but yeah, it's to that point. It's like, well,
you know, Vinny's on the strip, yeah. I mean, that are actually consistently doing stuff, just different. But I think, you know, we'll see what the city changes like. What it fully becomes, it's still growing. It's old. It's 300 years old, and it's having, you know, doing new growth.
Yeah.
So we'll see what it looks like at the end of that cycle as far as music's concerned. I hope everybody just stays true to themselves and makes some just awesome music. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. I think, in my eyes, I feel like there would be another outspoken band just like y'all, just another band that wants to push the envelope. They see the same kind of, damn, like, maybe they were youngins, like, watching y'all play, and, you know, there's too much just BS, DJ, whatever, just like pop-up, you know, pop-up venues back in the day. They don't understand how, there were these venues on the strip were real music venues back in the day. There were shows going on at the White Rabbit, Limelight, like you said, you know, right across the street, the Mix, Taco Land. I feel like San Antonio loses a little bit of their music credibility and their identity. You know, how can, in your eyes as a musician, how can San Antonio bounce back to have that musical identity, having their own musical acts, having their, you know, not trying to be like another Austin or another Rainy Street, but just having that raw energy with people, like you said, communal, enjoying themselves and watching a show. Where do you go now?
I mean, it used to be like really back when they had house shows at the House off Evergreen. That was a very stable spot for our music scene. And I'm sure there's a lot of house shows now, but I mean,
it's a different generation.
Yeah,
you know? I think that's all it is. The younger kids are doing crazy shit, just like we were doing when we were that young. And I think we might have had better opportunities with venues, but it's changing. So, you know, everybody's having to adapt, and like, we have to adapt too. And it's like, damn, we're doing this for a while now, and everything is completely different from one year to the next. So, you know, just change. You know.
Do you have hope for the future?
No idea.
I think that's fair. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, you know, we hope to help.
Yeah. I'm going to shift the tone a little bit of this interview, but it's great to hear your input, both your inputs, and I think it's very important that the people out there hear what you have to say, because musicians that are trying to make it big in the city, it's a difficult thing to do, and you guys experienced the pitfalls of that. You guys were there toe-to-toe with the demon directly. You dealt with that. What advice would you give now that you're retiring in your band to others that are trying to capture or do the same thing that you guys tried to do?
Just don't do that at all. Just stay, you know, be an independent band and just work your ass off. And
yeah, don't rely on anybody.
Yeah, you can't rely on anybody.
But yourself.
Yeah.
Bandmates.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, just everybody wants something out of you this day and age. I mean, if you're a genuine fan, I don't know. I'm thinking as far as, like, you know, bands managing themselves. I think bands should be a unit and just take care of business as such, have roles, everybody do their thing. But, yeah, you don't need big corporations to do music. I don't believe that at all. I just think it just takes work, a lot of work, a lot of travel, a lot of work. I mean, this is like a very hard business to be in. It becomes even where it's not a business anymore, or it's not even fun anymore. It just becomes like, oh shoot, this is like a thing. So find that balance and then hold on to it. You know, just be balanced out. It's like super important. Because if not, you get burned out.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. I think a lot of people that chase the dreams here in San Antonio don't realize what it takes to get there and how many shows you have to do. Like you said, the house shows, or getting the word of mouth and having people understand what you're trying to do and play the music. Yeah. I guess what can people look forward to for your last shows? What kind of energy do you want to bring for the people that are going to be at your last show? What do you want to give them as a last little, like, this is the last time you're going to see us live kind of thing? You better enjoy it. Like, what do you want to bring to to the audience?
Well, we hadn't talked about it yet, so.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest, we hadn't talked about it yet, but yeah, we're gonna talk about it. But yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you could expect, whatever we always expect. I mean, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah, we're gonna try to play some oldies and some goodies and some new stuff, and hopefully we'll probably get rid of all of our merch. We might have some new stuff, and just the last,
Yeah.
it'll be special. I think there'll be a cake there, maybe, and some balloons.
Have y'all decided on the venue?
So there's gonna be 2 shows. Venues are kind of up in the air because we're looking for a good date,
Yeah.
and we're not trying to make a huge ass production, and but we do want it to be something cool and intimate and remind people of what Lonely Horse really was or is. So we're gonna do a house show. It's most likely gonna be here, and then something on the strip for sure. So
Proper send off, I feel like.
yeah,
It's kind of a bittersweet thing to think about. Like, it's the last show, right? And it's the last show. I feel like once you guys put the last nail in that coffin, I feel like you guys are sending off the strip to La La Land, in my opinion. You're putting the last nail in that gentrification coffin. Like, y'all are the last real band that made an impact on the strip. And now that you guys are no longer there, what do fans have to look forward to besides DJs? You know what I'm saying? It leaves that conversation open, and I think that it's up to now the new generation to step up and make that impact that you guys did.
yeah, definitely. Definitely. I think so.
Which is fine because you guys did a great job doing that, driving that impact.
Yeah, man, there's a freaking mural or Finally gonna paint it down right.
Yeah. That's
go
true,
by
right?
Be all painting it. Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind whatever.
I mean, you have a mural of your persona, personified on a wall. That's got to be very, it's like a love letter to you guys almost.
Mm-hmm.
Just that people recognized you. They recognized your relevance in the scene. They recognized your music. You made an impact, and people looked forward to seeing you live. And now that you guys aren't going to play live anymore, and people got to understand this is the reality of the situation. You grow up, we're all older, and that's how it goes. That's life.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna leave y'all with one last question before I close out. Your favorite Lonely Horse song to play live, and why? I'll start with you, Nick.
Well, everything's always changing. We never play like this. We never play the same. But my favorite Lonely Horse song. I don't know. I don't have one. I like them all. I like them all the same.
Okay.
I do. I'm like in a hurry to play each one because I'm like, this one's fun. I like this one. But I would say probably my favorite for many years before I didn't have a favorite anymore was Oranges for sure.
That's a great track. I love that. That's on my list to go crazy when I travel. That's on there. Yeah.
We haven't played that in a while.
Yeah.
But we'll be playing it. We'll be playing it one more time.
Good. Travis, what do you think? What's your favorite?
Definitely Oranges for sure. That's a very powerful song, and like it can be very crowd oriented.
Yeah.
The new stuff now is pretty killer. I love playing that. It's a lot heavier and fun. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be sure to have one more Lone Star tonight at least, and get a couple shots in this, and we'll have a great time. And then when we reach the grand finale, the epoch of the Lonely Horse saga, I think the fans will appreciate knowing that you gave your thoughts, you played your best, and you gave your tips and your diet, your ideas, and you spoke your mind. So as us, while the TV audience or anybody that watches this interview in the future, maybe 5 years from now, 3 years from now, when they hear your music and they discover your music, and you're working in your car, maybe you're playing another band, Travis, or you're playing another band, it resonates with the people, and I think it's powerful. I think it's great that the people will get that message, and they'll be able to appreciate what you guys did, and they'll look forward to what you're doing next. So Nick and Travis, appreciate you guys. Just want to say thank you for your contributions to music in San Antonio, and I think you guys paved the way in a lot of ways. So, but yeah, thanks for the interview, guys.
Thank you. Cool.
Cool.